Hello everyone, this hop is featuring on how to use your Valentine's dies for everyday projects. We are focusing on cottage cut dies and have two amazing talented ladies in this hop, including myself. Our host Janet from Sugar-Shine Designs and Sherry from Craft Pray Repeat. Please watch all three videos in the collab lineup, which are listed in the description box. Each channel has a magic word which will have to be included in your comment for that particular channel to qualify for giveaways. My magic word is spring, Janet's is love, and Sherry's is eternal. Janet from Sugar-Shine Designs will be holding a drawing for a cottage cuts die for those who left a comment on all three channels along with the magic word. For my giveaway, I'll be giving a $15 gift card to Cottage Cuts. Deadlines to comment is Friday, March 1st at midnight Eastern Time. The winner will be posted on Sunday, March 3rd on Janet's channel as well as mine. Drawing is open to U.S. and international viewers. So these are the two dies that I selected for my projects that I will turn into just regular everyday die cuts. This one is Puppy with Valentine, and he can hold different items or just stand alone like this picture here. But the card I made, he'll be holding an item, but it's not going to be a heart. Now this one here, we all love coffee and tea themed projects, so I chose this one, and it says love latte and donut, and it does look like a Valentine theme, but I changed that up a little. So let's go ahead and jump into the project that I made with the Puppy with Valentine. So here's this card, and I just a lot of times you have dies that don't cover a full-size card, especially one that you want to make larger, and this is a 5.5 by 5.5 inch card. So what I did was I put my die cut off to the left side of the card itself, and then I added the puppy prints on the right side. Great to do with sentiments on this side, or some ribbon. Lots of options for this open space here. This is the stamp set that I used, and I think I got this at Michael's a long time ago. So that's what I stamped the paws with. I added Distress ink oxides to the back panel. I popped this panel up on foam tape along with the puppy, and I did try to coordinate the same colors on this dog as the picture. So that is my first card project. For my second card, this is the little doggy holding a Happy Mail envelope and card, and I used that envelope and these other envelopes from this stamp set. It's Love Letters by Lawn Fawn, so I used this one and that. I just cut a bunch of the little envelopes, stacked them behind the puppy who has popped up, and I have him holding this mail. This card reads, instead of texting, I made this card, so it looks like the little fella made a card. And this is the inside. So lots of options with this die set. You can add all sorts of images that he can hold. So many things. A gift. He can hold dog bone. Lots and lots of options for this die set. Okay, let's move on to the Love Latte and Donut die, and I'll bring in the card that I made. I cut the cup out, and I didn't add the donut with the hearts. Instead, I used Nuvo drops to add sprinkles to my donuts, and I laid them off to the side. This, I added glossy accent and added a frame to my decorative paper. I popped this up on foam tape along with the cup and that donut. And this is a surprise, you guys. Look at this. I made a double wiper card. Not only does it pop up at the top, but also at the bottom. So it reads, "Happy birthday to you." So that's my first card. And I made a second card with the same type design. Happy birthday to you. And I'm going to have a tutorial following the share of my cards. So if you'd like to know how to make this double wiper card, stay tuned. Stay tuned for the tutorial coming up next. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with the tutorial. I took an 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock and I cut 2 pieces from that sheet that measure 4 1/4 by 7. And we're going to score each of these on one side at 1 1/4. Let's use this. 1 1/4 and at 2 inches. Same thing on the second sheet. So that's 1 1/4 and 2 inches. Now that we have our 2 pieces of cardstock scored, we're going to go ahead and fold our score lines. And we're going to first score the 2-inch mark towards the inside of the card, and then this flap will go back. Okay. Once again, fold the 2-inch score line towards the inside of the card, and then this flap back. Next, we're going to go ahead and turn this card over so that this flap is on the right side. The next 2 pieces of cardstock that we need measure 1 inch by 2 1/4. And we are going to, these are our wipers, and we're going to position one here on that side, and then this one here on that side. And we're going to add 2 little registration marks because we want to score this at an angle so that we have a small triangle. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to fold this flat back, and just I'm not going to make this a 45-degree angle or anything. I'm just going to add some registration marks right where this line meets the top of this little wiper, is what I'm going to refer to it, and then just somewhere along this side. That way we'll have a triangle once we score that. Okay, and we'll do the same thing on this side. Always remember that the excess of the overhang of this piece, the cardstock that overhangs over this score line, make sure it's towards the inside of the card. Registration mark right here at the top of the inside score line, and then right here on somewhere on this side, so it forms a triangle. Next, we're going to bring in our scoreboard, and we're going to connect those 2 points and draw or score our line. Bring this in a little closer so you can see. And we're going to score that between those 2 points. Just like that. Keep track. This one belongs on the bottom. Now we're going to get this one and connect those 2 points. Score that between those 2 points. And remember, that one goes on that top piece there, which is the back of our card. Alrighty, so now we're going to add some adhesive, strong adhesive, and I'm going to use this red line tape. And I'm going to add it to the back of this piece. So I'm going to just fold that score line, I'll flip this over, and I'm going to add adhesive to that triangle. turn that over, and then I'm just going to trim away the excess. Alright, so let's go ahead and just burnish our tape and remove the protective piece and expose our adhesive. Very strong tape. And now we are going to adhere it to this little strip here. I do want a little bit of an overhang on the bottom here because I want to be able to attach my greeting. So let's just leave about 1/4 of an inch off the edge of this card and just burnish it down. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing on this piece here. We're going to add, first I'm going to fold my score line. That way I'll have a registration mark on the back side, and add my red line tape. Peel away the protective plastic on the back and expose our adhesive. And now, once again, we're just going to leave about 1/4 of an inch overhang off the bottom. And let me just flip this because I want to get it as close to that score line as I can. And oops, let me move it up a little bit. There we go. And burnish that. Okay, let's fold this up and run our bone folder on both pieces. I've added adhesive to both sections of the back of the card and the front of the card on these outer flaps. So now I'm going to attach this top piece to the back piece. And I've got it turned sideways so that I make sure that I have them spot on. Try. And got that side. And now I'm going to go ahead and peel away the protective backing for my double-sided tape. Okay, and all I have to do is lay it down flat. And there we have our card assembled, the bones of our card, and as you can see, the little wipers will pop up and down, if you can see that. So let's move on to the fun part, and that's decorating our card base. I have cut 2 panels, one for the front and one for the back, that are slightly smaller than this front portion of the card, and then I also cut 2 little sections for these 2 areas. So I'm going to go ahead and remove my backing from my double-sided tape. There we go, I've got that piece there. And then we're going to add this section right here. Let me turn it this way, it's easier to see it. And I just cut it slightly smaller than the area. And then I've got one more piece. That'll take care of the front of the card, and I'll do exactly the same thing on the back side. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and do this, and I'll be right back. Now that I have my decorative cardstock on the back side and the front side, we're going to go ahead and decorate it. Remember, I want my top greeting to be on my right hand side, so it pops up here and then a second greeting down on the left side. So I have cut a frame with one of my dies, and I've added foam tape to the back, and I'm going to position that in the center. There we go. And next we're going to add our little pieces of cardstock that I'll adhere a sentiment to. So for that top greeting, I have cut a 2.5 by 1.5 inch piece of cardstock, and I did cut 2 because I want to sandwich this wiper in between these 2 pieces so that it looks good on both sides. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is add this piece at the front, and I just want it to go just slightly below the edge of my card. That way it doesn't catch and it has a clean movement of the card. So let's go ahead and add liquid glue. Let's do liquid. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue to this flap. Let me move in closer. And then just a little bit past the top edge of my card. And now we're going to add our little piece, and it's just below the card. And we want the edge of this card to line up with the edge of the wiper. I'm just going to move it to the front and make sure I've got it straight. I think that's pretty straight. And just press it down. And now I'm going to add the back piece. And I think I'm going to add some just regular ATG for the back of that. Make sure I get all the edges and corners. We don't want anything to hang up. Okay. And now let's just line up the top edge. Oops, the top edge. And there we have a nice clean back as well as a nice front. And okay, we're going to go ahead and work on the bottom section now. So my 2 pieces at the bottom measure 1.5 by 1.5. I did round the corners on the bottom section of the greeting pieces as well as this top one here. So we're going to go ahead and attach this here, same way as we did the top one. Just a little bit past the edge of the card, and we're lining it up on the edge with the wiper. Okay, we're going to flip it over, add adhesive to the back piece, and sandwich these 2 pieces together. Go. And here we have our card. So I'm going to go ahead and add my greetings and also decorate the inside if you want to stick around for that. This is the happy birthday greeting that I'll be using, and this does cut in one piece like this, but I altered it in order to fit this section and read happy birthday up here and to you down here. So if you want to stick around, I'm just going to trim away some of the little decorative pieces on this greeting and make it fit where I need it to go. Okay, so I'm going to trim away this part of the Y. And then I'm going to remove this. And Let's see. I need to go around here. Cut that away. Just make a little adjustments to these letters. And there I have happy birthday, and that is going to fit right up here. Okay, just round the edge over here on this B, just so it looks like the rest of the letters. Okay. Now I've added adhesive to the back of my greeting, just liquid adhesive. I'm going to add this right up here. Happy birthday, and then down here I'm going to have it read to you. Okay, so I've added adhesive to the back of that, and I'm just going to write or attach this here that reads to you. So cute. Alright, now I'm going to add my cottage cut altered dies to the center of my card. Alright, so I've got my coffee cup, and I've added glossy accents to the coffee portion of the card. I'm going to just put this in the same area that I did my last card. On this card I added glossy accents to the donut, and it has pink frosting. I don't know if I want that so close to that one. Maybe I'll do this one first. Okay, maybe I'll do the chocolate one next to the cup. I did add Nouveau drops for the sprinkles on this one. So let's go ahead and add some faux tape to the back of that. Just tuck it right behind the handle. Give the handle a little bit of support. And then this one will go right on top here. There we are.